Took my new guys out to the had a field trip today.
Yeah, we did.
You guys like the field trip today?
Did I like the field trip? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Did we go back?
Yeah.
Two kids in a candy store. Broaddus is a superstar at the Star, man. I mean, we get out of the car and 5 seconds, we're walking through the parking lot and Tolo's driving by like, Broaddus, is that you? It's like, yeah. We went over there, shook his hand, showed some love, and then we walk in and like as soon as Broaddus walks into the media area, those guys are all start chumming it up. It's like Broaddus is the big man on campus.
They feel sorry for me. They really do because they know I'm slipping as I go. No, I'm not at all.
I think you hit your peak right now.
I'm feeling good about this, but I'll tell you what. Okay. Let me ask you this, guys. Today we were noticing a couple of different things, and again, it was the first chance. These guys have been working together. This is just the first opportunity that we got to see them practice with the veterans and the rookies together. The first thing that I noticed was how much time Micah Parsons was spending with the defensive ends.
Absolutely.
Amen. Did you guys notice that too today?
Yes. All the individual drills when they were in their position groups, Micah was all with the edge rushers.
Yeah.
So they split them up, for people that are wondering or might not know how it works. You have your defensive tackles, you have your defensive ends.
Right.
Micah's with the defensive end group.
He is.
Then as soon as they went to, offense, defense, and they had front seven versus your running backs and your receivers, that's when Micah went and joined the linebackers. Yeah. But he was with the edge rushers the majority of the time.
Majority of his practice is they're working with him as an edge rusher, Gavin, is what they're trying to do here. And, he was good at it last year. Very good at it, enough to be maybe rookie.
And honestly, he looked like the best of the bunch while he was with those guys.
I'll tell you another guy, Tank looked good. Tank physically.
Let's go.
Tank looks like there's not any. This is like the first time in the OTAs where you're like, usually Tank sits these things out. Like, I don't want to be a part of it. No, he was over there getting some reps. Quentin Bohanna, another guy. Quentin Bohanna looked like he was slimmed down a little bit too. And another thing.
Well, there's two names right there. If you get Tank and Bohanna to have big steps up this year, that's a path to victory. That's a path to success.
I'll tell you what, I was kind of impressed a little bit too, just watching these defensive linemen. They moved Chauncey Golston. He was getting work instead of defensive end, Gavin. He was getting work at defensive tackle in that 3 technique.
And did
they not have enough 3 techs?
No, they've got plenty.
Seems like they got a million of
them. That's the exact same thing I said to Broaddus when we were noticing that. I said, that might be their deepest position.
Yeah.
And that's a topic that we could discuss. What is the Cowboys depth-wise? Where are they the most deep?
Yeah.
But you got to look at 3 tech. They've got a lot of options there.
Well, I think he's a strong guy. But he's not going to be a guy that's going to tear it up at defensive end.
Well, yeah, I think you're absolutely right about that, General. I think when you watch Golston play, and I was kind of thinking on the lines of what Lawrence does when he plays the run, where he's a long guy, he extends. He's not going to be a bursty or bendy pass rusher. But maybe inside they're trying to get him to say, maybe with a little bit of length and stuff like that might be a good spot for him to be, where that just had a little initial burst and maybe didn't have to have that extended burst to get around the corner.
Yeah.
He's got to have that little bit of inside burst.
Do you think they're skeptical about Gallimore and Odighizuwa?
No, Odighizuwa did not dress. Am I right about that, boys?
Yes. I did not see him.
Okay. So we didn't see him dress. Another guy that didn't dress, by the way, he dressed Tolbert, but he didn't practice. I'm reaching out to find out what was wrong with Tolbert. I think it's some soft tissue injury.
It looked like a soft tissue injury.
The wide receiver, yeah, but we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was interested in that rotation of how they were working those defensive lines. But Gallimore looked like he was big and ready, I mean, I didn't see anything that looked like he was sluggish or slow or anything like that.
No, he looked like a monster. He looked like a monster. He was still wearing the elbow brace.
Yeah.
Because he had that injury, but he looked good. He looked huge. And Jane Slater actually tweeted out a few minutes ago. I guess she spoke with him after practice. He said he put on 16 pounds.
Okay.
He says 16 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
And he's still very mobile and everything like that. But he looked huge. I'm going, okay, are we trying to move? Are we trying to make him a 1 technique? And we're bringing Golston and restocking the pond at the 3 tech? I'm like, this is kind of an interesting deal.
Yeah. Well, the guy also people are going to freak out when I say this. Did you guys notice Tristan Hill at all?
Okay. He was my number 1 takeaway. And you and I were sitting there watching him. One, when they're working the pads, Tristan Hill hits the pads, it sounds different to everyone else. Those things make a thud. Yeah. When he hits
he's
those things.
Let's hope he's not a thud, but let's.
No, but I mean, Tristan Hill, he had one drill where he slipped a little bit. You can see he gets
balance.
He can get a little bit off.
Yeah.
But I thought overall, from what we were able to see from Tristan Hill, he had a really good day.
Yeah.
So do you feel like he's graduated from the Tank Lawrence nickname of Fat Winnie the Pooh?
Or
is that still hanging around?
He's got an awkward body
He's
type.
got a really awkward body. And here's a guy talking about awkward body types, but
he's very thick. If he could put it together, there's so much power.
I mean, okay, I'm just saying, the only thing you could judge with helmets is quickness. Getting off the ball. Who's last off the ball? Who's first off the ball? He was like first off the ball every single time. I don't know. I mean, again, that's okay. Let's talk about offense a little bit. Then what we saw, Tyron Smith, first round pick. I saw him at the second team left guard. I saw
McGovern.
Connor McGovern is the starter at left guard in this practice today. Any thoughts about that?
Well, McGovern didn't look good, and Tyler Smith did look good.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
McGovern actually stonewalled Golston.
Is there a make him earn it situation going on here?
I think there's a make it earn him situation. I'd be the next time we get to watch is next Thursday. I wonder if they flip that around, or I wonder if they're alternating it every day. But I'll
tell you this though, I won't be surprised if Tyler Smith can't own that job. If it's going to be a while, cannot own it. Yeah.
I'll tell you what did you, Wolchuk, what did you see? We were down there watching it. I know Cheech, went down there and we're watching the receivers and dacking them through. I'll get to you in a second on that.
I'd be shocked if Tyler Smith doesn't win that job.
He's a powerful guy.
I'd be stunned.
Yeah.
He gets hands on someone. Good luck getting off.
Yeah. He got beat on the swim move that one time.
He did.
Tristan Hill got him on the swim move.
Speed might be an issue.
Not swim, a spin move. Spin move, yeah.
But he stoned Chauncey Golston on a one-on-one drill.
Yeah.
And I thought overall, the reps that we saw Tyler Smith have, he looked solid. Yeah. Now, Matt Waletzko,
do it 60 times a game.
Yeah. No, it's true. And he's going to have his growing pains. There's no doubt about that, right? But the one guy that I was a little underwhelmed by that I'm excited about, and look, it's just one practice, right? Take it with a grain of salt, and I think there's still a lot of upside, and you can see why the Cowboys are excited about him. Matt Waletzko struggled a little bit.
Oh, poor guy. When he got lined up, Micah Parsons on the edge there, they're doing the one-on-one pass rush. That is a tough place to find yourself.
See, Ball
looks small.
Ball doesn't look as strong. Ball doesn't, and I was worried about that. I kept asking people. Nobody gave me a real definite answer. You started hearing whispers about, Waletzko is he's probably a better player than Ball. And I'm like, well,
didn't take my advice. Get some of that vitamin S over the summer. Over the offseason.
General, he didn't look as strong. He did not. And
he did not take your advice.
No, he did not. And
somebody's got to tell him, hey, in this league, you got to fight men.
Yeah, I tell you what, Steele, the movement was
looked good.
He did look good in the movement stuff like that. I was pretty impressed by him. Wide receivers was a big bag.
Well, you didn't have it. You didn't have James Washington.
Yeah,
he's got a boot on the left foot. Not sure what that's about.
Yeah,
but he's not practicing. You mentioned Tolbert not out there practicing. So your starters, you're running out there with CD Lamb and Simi Fehoko.
Hopefully, we can get some more information coming up at 3. Will be the Mike McCarthy presser. He might answer some of these questions.
I hope so. But the final thought too, Sam Williams again, defensive. I went back to the defense. Sam Williams, I liked what they did with him, kind of as a stand-up, hand-down guy. I didn't realize he was that long of a guy. I mean, it's the first time I'd seen
arms.
How long of a guy.
I think we all really fell in love a little bit.
He would from a physical standpoint, he was the guy that I think stood out the most. And you're talking about watching 100 guys that are all physical specimen, or as Gronk would say, specimen. But man, that Sam Williams is long, and he is he's got actual guns. Like the biceps are no joke. The triceps, the calves. He looks well built, strong and long.
He does, man. I mean, but there's some other guys. I'm going to try and again follow up what was wrong with Tolbert in that practice. Jalen Tolbert, the wide receiver, does not need to be missing any reps.
Yeah, that's
he just doesn't need to be missing any reps. And you get the training camp and stuff. That this is always going to be maybe, like I say, this is one practice. Hopefully it's something he could work through because they're going to need him to play for sure.